Good morning, dear friends. In last lecture, we started with psychopharmacological agents. We completed role of biogenic amines in human body or different types of psychic disorder like psychosis, neurosis, schizophrenia, mania, and mental depression. Then we also completed regarding classification of psychopharmacological agents. Majorly there are three types. In that first type, that is tranquilizers. Already we completed classification. Now the first type, that is called as tranquilizers. याच्यामध्ये तुम्हाला डेफिनेशन अँड क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ ट्रॉन्क्युलायझर्स मोस्टली विचारलं जातं. ट्रॉन्क्युलायझर्स, these are the pharmacological agents used in treatment of psychosis, neurosis and schizophrenia. Remember that these tranquilizers are those agents. These are the pharmacological agents used in treatment of psychosis, neurosis and in schizophrenia. Thereby produces calming and quietening effect in patient. Such agents that is called as tranquilizers. You know that there are two types of tranquilizers. One that is called as major tranquilizers, and second one that is called as minor tranquilizers. Major and minor tranquilizers. Major tranquilizers are also called as antipsychotic agent. Now what are antipsychotic? Antipsychotic, these are the drugs that is used in treatment of psychosis and schizophrenia. Remember that antipsychotic are those drugs used in treatment of psychosis and schizophrenia, thereby produces calming and quietening effect in patient. Such drugs are called as antipsychotic. Ekada separately, instead of asking tranquilizer, then we ask define antipsychotic agent. Give example. So antipsychotic are those agents used in treatment of psychosis and schizophrenia, thereby produces calming and quietening effect in patient. That agent that is called as antipsychotic agent. While minor tranquilizers are also called as anti-anxiety agent. Anti-anxiety or anxiolytic agent. Anti-anxiety are those agents that is used in treatment of anxiety, tension, stress, fear, that is used in treatment of neurosis. That agent that is called as anti-anxiety or anxiolytic agent. This drug doesn't produce sleep, but used in treatment of anxiety, tension, stress, fear, and that agent produces calming and quietening effect in patient. That is called as anti-anxiety or anxiolytic agent. Now let us start with first, that is antipsychotic agent. You know that these antipsychotic agents further divided into three types. First type, that is phenothiazine derivatives. Now phenothiazine derivatives, example chlorpromazine, prochlorpromazine and promethazine. Chlorpromazine, prochlorpromazine and promethazine, that belonging to phenothiazine derivatives. Second type under antipsychotic agent, that is Raoulfia alkaloids, example rezardine. And third type, that is known as butyrophenone derivatives, example haloperidol. Isn't it? Sometimes they will ask for 4 marks. Define and classify antipsychotic agent. So already you understand that antipsychotic are those agents that is used in psychosis and schizophrenia, thereby produces calming and quietening effect. There are three types under antipsychotic. Let us see first, that is phenothiazine derivatives, example chlorpromazine, prochlorpromazine and promethazine. All these drugs, even in today's practice of medicine, used in clinical practice. So second type, that is Raoulfia alkaloids, that is rezardine, and third type butyrophenone derivatives, that is haloperidol. Now let us start with first, that is phenothiazine derivative. That those drug molecule chemically containing the basic nucleus, that is phenothiazine. So example chlorpromazine, prochlorpromazine and promethazine. All these drugs contain chemically or basically it contains phenothiazine nucleus. Now these drugs produces different pharmacological action, and the first major action of these phenothiazine derivatives, that is on central nervous system, on CNS. And by acting on central nervous system, majorly it change the behavioral effect of patient, that is used in treatment of psychosis and schizophrenia. When these drugs, particularly maybe chlorpromazine, prochlorpromazine or promethazine drug. These drugs when given orally to the patient to psychosis and schizophrenia patient, it change abnormal behavior to normal. Already you know that psychosis occurs due to increase in concentration of noradrenaline and 5-HT, while schizophrenia condition occurs due to increase in level of dopamine and that is dopamine, isn't it? So noradrenaline, 5-HT and dopamine concentration, these biodynamic level when increases shows abnormal behavioral activity. Patient remain under abnormal behavioral condition, mood is always depressed, and that type of condition occurs in patient. That is, patient believe that only his behavior is correct, abnormal behavioral thinking takes place in patient. That condition that is called as psychosis and schizophrenia. Under such a condition, when physician prescribe this phenothiazine drug like chlorpromazine, prochlorpromazine or promethazine drug, these drugs change abnormal behavior to normal condition, decreases aggressiveness nature of patient, and this is due to blocking of dopamine D2 receptor. These drugs block dopamine D2 receptor and adrenergic receptor. By blocking this adrenergic receptor, जब adrenergic receptor block होते हैं, that increase more release of noradrenaline 5-HT may not be combined with receptor, and thereby may not be shows pharmacological action. You know that psychosis, schizophrenia occurs due to increase in concentration. When these drugs given, that is antipsychotic drug, when given, it block dopamine D2 receptor and adrenergic receptor, and thereby maintain the concentration of biodopamine up to normal level, and thereby used to process antipsychotic effect that is used in psychosis and schizophrenia condition. In addition to this, another action that is sedation. These drugs produces sedation and thereby stimulate or increases the activity of barbiturate drug, enhancing the action of barbiturate. Barbiturates are hypnotic and sedative drug. So when given along with barbiturate, it produces sedation, and because of sedation effect, it may develop drug tolerance condition in patient because of sedation. Third action, that these drugs also potentiating analgesic effect of narcotic drug, particularly morphine drug. It enhances, it stimulating action of morphine drug because of depression action. In addition to this, another action under central nervous system, that is on CTZ. CTZ, that is chemoreceptor trigger zone. Whenever phenothiazine drug given, these drugs depress CTZ, depress chemoreceptor trigger zone, and thereby used as anti-emetic agent. Anti-emetic, that those agents preventing nausea, vomiting condition. So these drugs, particularly promethazine, these drugs or chlorpromazine, this chlorpromazine that is called as large acting drug, which is used in treatment of used as anti-emetic agent because of what? Because of the depression action of CTZ. But these drugs are not effective in treatment of motion sickness condition. Most of the time they will be asked due reason. That's why chlorpromazine or phenothiazine derivatives are not effective in motion sickness condition. Motion sickness condition, that is occurs due to the stimulation of vomiting center. It occurs due to stimulation of vomiting center and produces symptoms of nausea, vomiting. That type of symptoms occurs in patient. But you know that this phenothiazine drug act by this mechanism by inhibiting depression of CTZ. Means in motion sickness condition, whatever the nausea, vomiting symptom occurs, that is due to stimulation of vomiting center, but not due to stimulation of CTZ. And therefore, chlorpromazine drugs are not effective in treatment of motion sickness condition. Remember this. Most of the time they will be asked due reason that why phenothiazine drugs are not effective in treatment of motion sickness condition, vomiting of motion sickness. Because these drugs, even though these are anti-emetic drugs, but phenothiazine drug act by mechanism, that is it depress CTZ, chemoreceptor trigger zone. Why this whatever the vomiting occurs in motion sickness, that is not due to stimulation of CTZ, but occurs due to stimulation of vomiting center, and thereby used as anti-emetic agent, but not used in motion sickness. Another pharmacological action, that is on cardiovascular system. All these phenothiazine derivatives, maybe chlorpromazine, prochlorpromazine or promethazine, produces hypotension action. Hypotension, that is decreasing blood pressure of patient, isn't it? Then another important action, that is on endocrine system. By acting on endocrine system, these drugs block ovulation of patient, and also affecting lactation in woman and produces amenorrhea condition. Amenorrhea, that is nothing but irregularity in menstrual cycle. And all these changes take place in woman because of what? Because of by blocking dopamine receptor. By blocking adrenergic receptor, these drugs affecting ovulation, promoting lactation in woman, and also produces amenorrhea, that is irregularity in menstrual cycle. So that is the action on endocrine system. And last action, that is on autonomic nervous system. On ANS, these drugs block adrenergic receptor. And by blocking adrenergic receptor, whatever the increasing concentration or adrenergic paraffin may not be combined with adrenergic receptor, and thereby maintain concentration of biogenic amines up to normal level, and thereby change abnormal behavior to normal. That is used as antipsychotic agent. So these are the 4 pharmacological actions of phenothiazine therapy. Sometimes they will ask describe pharmacological action of phenothiazine. So these are the 4 actions. Or instead of phenothiazine, they will describe pharmacological action of chlorpromazine or prochlorpromazine or bromine. It is one and the same, belonging to the same category. So these are the pharmacological action. Then if you understand pharmacological action, what are the therapeutic uses of these drugs? First use, that phenothiazine derivatives are used as antipsychotic agent. That is used in treatment of psychosis and schizophrenia. It changes abnormal behavior to normal. It decreases aggressive nature of patient, and thereby used as antipsychotic agent. This is the first one. Second use, that promote sedation effect of barbiturate, and thereby used as a sedative agent. Third, that it is used as anti-emetic agent. Whatever the vomiting occurs due to stimulation of CTZ, that is rectal, and therefore it is used as anti-emetic agent, but not used in treatment of motion sickness. You remember this given in most of the question paper. They will ask that why phenothiazine drugs are not effective in vomiting of motion sickness, even though it is anti-emetic, but it is act by depression of CTZ. Why? Whatever the vomiting occurs in motion sickness, that is due to stimulation of vomiting center, not due to stimulation of CTZ. So this is another use, that is used as anti-emetic agent. In addition to this, it is also used as pre-anesthetic medication also, isn't it? In addition to this, antihistaminic action. So these are the therapeutic uses of phenothiazine derivative. Then what are the side effects or what are the adverse effects of this drug? First, major adverse effect of phenothiazine drug, that it produces extrapyramidal effect. Extrapyramidal effect, that is characterized by excessive salivation, muscular twitching, fever, and also change color of skin from yellowish to brown. These group of common symptoms, that is known as extrapyramidal effect. Sometimes they will ask, mention major therapeutic use and major adverse effect of chlorpromazine or phenothiazine drug. So the major therapeutic use, that it is used as antipsychotic agent. Then major adverse effect, that it produces extrapyramidal effect. What are the symptoms of extrapyramidal effect? That it causes fever, muscular weakness condition, muscular twitching condition occurs in patient. In addition to this, excessive salivation takes place in patient, and also change color of skin from yellowish to brown. This group of common symptoms, that is called as extrapyramidal effect. In addition to this, it also produces hypotension in patient. Because of action on cardiovascular system, it decreases blood pressure and heart rate, and thereby it produces hypotension effect. In addition to this, another side effect in woman, that it produces amenorrhea condition affecting lactation and ovulation in woman. So these are what? These are the side effect or adverse effect of phenothiazine derivative. Now what is the dose? You remember that this chlorpromazine is called as large active. Sometimes they may be asked the reason that why chlorpromazine is called as large active drug. Large active, that it produces large variety of action. That what are the therapeutic uses of chlorpromazine? That these are the uses. It is used as antipsychotic agent. It is used as a sedative agent. It potentiating analgesic effect of warfarin drug. Also used as anti-emetic agent. And due to this wide variety of action, even acting on endocrine system also, due to this wide variety action, it is called as large active drug. Sometimes instead of this, a सगळ्यांना विचारतात काहीतरी विचारते why phenothiazine given the treatment that is large active, why it is called as large active. So don't write in one like that because of therapeutic uses. You supposed to explain all therapeutic uses of phenothiazine, that it produces antipsychotic action. It changes abnormal behavior to normal. Also acting on endocrine system, also acting on cardiovascular system. Also acting on autonomic nervous system. It causes blocking of adrenergic receptor, dopamine receptor, and due to large action on physiological system, this chlorpromazine is called as large acting drug. So this is another important reason which is repeatedly asked in examination. So this chlorpromazine, generally the drug which is used in market, that is large acting, it is used in the dose of 10 to 20 milligram. Sometimes they will be as mentioned dose, route of administration, and one important use of chlorpromazine. So chlorpromazine used in the dose of 10 to 20 milligram, trade name that is large acting tablet, and used as antipsychotic agent. Similarly, prochlorpromazine, Stemetil tablet. You know that in market Stemetil tablet available in now. Generally 5 to 10 milligram given by oral route of administration. So prochlorpromazine, trade name that is Stemetil tablet, used in the dose of 5 to 10 milligram by oral route. Similarly, promethazine, trade name that is Avomine tablet. To be processed under Avomine tablet. That is dose 10 to 20 milligram dose, which is used as antipsychotic agent. So you remember the doses of all these three drugs. Chlorpromazine used in the dose of 10 to 20 milligram, trade name large acting tablet, used as antipsychotic agent. Prochlorpromazine, Stemetil tablet, that is the trade name, 5 to 10 milligram dose twice or thrice a day. Then promethazine, trade name that is Avomine tablet, 10 to 20 milligram dose by oral route of administration. So this is regarding first category, that is phenothiazine drug under major tranquilizer. Second type under major tranquilizer or antipsychotic agent, that is Raoult's alkaloids. Example Reserpine. Here under Reserpine, you know that which is obtained from Raoult's alkaloid plant, that is Reserpine serpentina. It is majorly used as antipsychotic agent and antihypertensive agent. I think in last day in pharmacology you may completed that what is the use of Reserpine. Reserpine that is used as antipsychotic and antihypertensive agent, used in treatment of hypertension also. So sometimes they will ask mention dose, route of administration, and one important use of Reserpine. Reserpine generally used in the dose of 0.1 to 0.5 milligram by oral route of administration, given by IV. Injectable preparations are available. Trade name that is Adolphine tablet. Novartis company Adolphine tablet, Adolphine injections available in market. What is the use of Reserpine? Reserpine that is used as antipsychotic and antihypertensive agent. Now how Reserpine used as antipsychotic and antihypertensive? By which mechanism? No doubt that it is used as an antipsychotic drug by the mechanism that it causes decreasing concentration of catecholamines. Catecholamines, particularly noradrenaline, hydroxytryptamine, and dopamine concentration decreases than normal. You know that psychosis, schizophrenia condition occurs due to increasing level of noradrenaline, 5-HT, and dopamine. So when catecholamine level increases, it produces these abnormal conditions. But when Reserpine or antipsychotic drug when given, it decreases the concentration of these catecholamines. These biogenic amine level decreases up to normal level. That is noradrenaline, 5-HT, and dopamine comes down to normal, and thereby used as antipsychotic agent or also used as antihypertensive agent. Because of what? Because of depleting the concentration of catecholamines. Catecholamines particularly noradrenaline, 5-HT, and dopamine यांचे concentration काय होते? कमी करते up to normal level, and thereby used as antipsychotic agent and also used as antihypertensive agent. Thereby, by majorly produces action on CNS. By acting on central nervous system, it is change abnormal behavior to normal by blocking or by decreasing the concentration of biogenic amines. Similarly, phenothiazine drug block adrenergic receptor, isn't it? Dopamine D2 receptor and adrenergic alpha receptor. By blocking this, it decreases the concentration of biogenic amines. While Reserpine act by decreasing the concentration of biogenic amines and thereby used as antipsychotic agent and antihypertensive agent. So by acting on central nervous system, it changes abnormal behavior to normal condition, decreases aggressiveness nature of patient, and thereby used as antipsychotic agent in the dose of 0.1 to 0.5 milligram by oral route or by intravenous route. And trade name that is Adolphine tablet. So sometimes when you have mention or explain mechanism of action of Reserpine. So how Reserpine used as antipsychotic agent? By the mechanism that it decreases the concentration of biogenic amine. एकच लक्षात ठेवायचे की जेव्हा हे सायकोसिस न्यूरोसिस होणार त्यावेळी biogenic amine लेवल वाढलेली असते. जेव्हा आपण सायकोफार्मॅकोलॉजिकल एजंट आहे ना ही लेवल जी वाढलेली त्याला काय करतील कमी करतील अप टू नॉर्मल लेवल. सो डिप्लेटिंग द कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन, डिप्लेटिंग द लेवल ऑफ कॅटेकॉलमाइन्स, पर्टिक्युलरली non-adrenaline, 5-hydroxytryptamine and dopamine level decreases up to normal level and thereby used as antipsychotic and antihypertensive agent in the dose of 0.1 to 0.5 mg by oral route by IV route. So that is also important one. Then haloperidol, pharmacological actions of haloperidol are same as like phenothiazide. Only it is less potent than phenothiazide. Remaining actions are going to be same. Generally example that is belonging to haloperidol. This haloperidol it is used in the dose of 0.2 to 0.5 mg by oral route of administration. एखाद्या haloperidol चा सुद्धा dose route of administration one important use विचारला जाऊ शकतो. So it is used in the dose of 0.2 to 0.5 mg by oral route of administration. What is the use of haloperidol? Haloperidol used as antipsychotic agent that is used in treatment of psychosis and schizophrenia condition. So these are the three types under first one, that is major tranquilizers or antipsychotic agent. Remember these three types and with other questions. Then second type of tranquilizer that is called as minor tranquilizer. Minor tranquilizer that is also called as anti-anxiety agent or anxiolytic agent. Anti-anxiety or anxiolytic are those agents used in treatment of neurosis, that is used to relieve stress, tension, fear condition of the patient and produces calming and quietening effect in patient. That agent that is called as anti-anxiety or anxiolytic agent. Now there are two types of anti-anxiety or anxiolytic. One that is benzodiazepine compound. Benzodiazepine compound like diazepam, nitrazepam, oxazepam, alprazolam. These are the drugs belonging to benzodiazepine category. And miscellaneous drug that is meprobamate. So these are the two types under anti-anxiety or anxiolytic agent. So already we completed regarding benzodiazepine compound that is diazepam, nitrazepam, oxazepam, alprazolam. That these are majorly used as hypnotic and sedative. In addition to this, also used as antipsychotic agent. These drugs are also used either in treatment of epilepsy or anti-epileptic also and central muscle relaxant also. So already we completed in last chapter. Now regarding meprobamate, most of the important question here that in most of the question paper that there is a dose, route of administration and one important use of meprobamate. So remember that meprobamate is used in the dose of 400 mg by oral route of administration and it is used as anti-anxiety or anxiolytic agent that is used in treatment of neurosis. So most important here with the define anti-anxiety agent or anxiolytic agent, give example. So anti-anxiety or anxiolytic, very simple, that is the drug used in treatment of neurosis. Thereby produces calming and quietening effect, relieve anxiety, tension, stress, fear condition. That is called as anti-anxiety or anxiolytic agent. There are two types. Example: diazepam, nitrazepam, oxazepam, alprazolam. Another example: meprobamate, that is used in the dose of 400 mg by oral route of administration. So this is the first type, that is major tranquilizer, and second type minor tranquilizer under tranquilizers category. Sometimes they will ask define tranquilizers, classify with example. So already you know that tranquilizer that is used in psychosis, neurosis and schizophrenia, thereby produces calming and quietening effect. So this is the first type under psychopharmacological agent, that is tranquilizers. Now the second type under psychopharmacological agent, that is antidepressant drugs. Under already we completed classification, and the second type that is called as antidepressant drugs or also called as mood elevators or also called as psychoanalytic drugs. Remember other names for this type, that antidepressants, mood elevators or psychoanalytic. Now, as the name itself indicates that these drugs are used in treatment of mania and mental depression. Remember that these drugs are used in treatment of mania and mental depression. Thereby decreases suicidal tendency of the patient, maintaining emotional condition of the patient, and that agent that is called as antidepressants or stimulating mood of the patient, and thereby called as the mood elevator also. So you know that mania occurs due to decreasing level of dopamine while mental depression condition occurs due to decrease in level of noradrenaline and 5-hydroxytryptamine. When this biogenic amine level falls below normal, it leads to produces mania and mental depression. In order to treat this mania and mental depression, whatever the drugs used, that is called as antidepressant drug or mood elevators or psychoanalytic. Now here again there are three types. Let us see first type, that is MAO inhibitors. MAO inhibitors, that is nothing but the monoamino oxidase inhibitors, that these drug inhibiting. You know that MAO enzyme, these are the enzymes, MAO enzyme, that monoamino oxidase enzymes present in most of the tissues, responsible for oxidative deamination of biogenic amines. It causes oxidative deamination of biogenic amines. Whatever the biogenic amines, that is noradrenaline, 5-hydroxytryptamine, dopamine, that oxidative deamination of these biogenic amines take place in presence of enzyme MAO. When suppose noradrenaline, 5-HT and dopamine present, and in MAO enzyme action stimulation take place, it increases oxidative deamination of biogenic amine and decreases the concentration below normal, and that leads to process mania and mental depression syndrome. Under such a condition, if the MAO inhibitor drugs like isocarboxil, nialamide and paraglidine, these are the example of MAO inhibitor drugs. Remember this. Sometimes they may ask full short note on MAO inhibitors. So MAO inhibitors example isocarboxil, nialamide and paraglidine. These drugs inhibiting or block the action of MAO enzyme. MAO inhibitors, that what is the action of MAO enzyme? MAO enzymes are responsible for oxidative deamination of biogenic amine. जे बायोजेनिक अमाइन्स आहेत, जे कॅटेकॉल अमाइन्स आहेत, नॉरएड्रेनालिन, 5-hydroxytryptamine, डोपामाइन यांचं ऑक्सिडेटिव्ह डिअमायनेशन करतात, म्हणजे कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन कमी करतात. And if the concentration of these biogenic amines decreases below normal, it leads to process symptoms of mania and mental depression. That is, patient remain under emotional condition, mentally depression condition of suicidal tendency found in patient. To overcome this, when MAO inhibitor drugs, that as the name itself indicating that these drugs act by inhibiting the action of MAO enzyme. Example are isocarboxil, nialamide and paraglidine. When these drugs given, block oxidative deamination of biogenic amines. जे biogenic amines oxidative deamination ते inhibit करते, and thereby increases concentration of biogenic amines up to normal level. त्याच्यामुळे काय होणार आहे की जे डिक्रीज झालेलं concentration of biogenic amines काय होईल, increase होईल. That increases concentration of biogenic amines level up to normal level, and thereby use as antidepressant drug or use in treatment of mania and mental depression. So remember एखादा mechanism of action of MAO enzyme, MAO inhibitors विचारले जाऊ शकतात. So MAO inhibitor drug used in treatment of mania and mental depression. Example are isocarboxil, nialamide and paraglidine. What is the mechanism? How these drugs are used in mania and mental depression? So these drugs act by blocking oxidative deamination of biogenic amine. It blocks action of MAO enzyme. What is the action of MAO enzyme? MAO enzymes are responsible for oxidative deamination of biogenic amines. कि जे biogenic amines त्यांचं oxidative deamination होतं आणि त्यांचं concentration कमी होणार. Thereby leads to process mania and mental depression. But when MAO inhibitor drug given like isocarboxil, nialamide and paraglidine, all these drugs given to the patient blocking action of MAO enzyme and thereby increases concentration of oxidative this noradrenaline, 5-HT and dopamine, thereby used as antidepressant drug or used in treatment of mood elevation. So there are three pharmacological actions of MAO inhibitor drug. Major action, that is on central nervous system, and by acting on central nervous system by blocking oxidative deamination of biogenic amines, increases concentration of biogenic amines up to normal level, and thereby it is used to produce psychic change or decreases mental disorder condition in patient and stimulating mood of the patient. जे डिप्रेस झालेला मूड आहे तो काय होईल, स्टिम्युलेटेड होईल, and thereby increases mental activity of patient. That action that is called as antidepressants or mood elevator. In addition to this, also acting on cardiovascular system, and by acting on cardiovascular system, particularly paraglidine drug, it produces hypotension, it decreases heart rate and blood pressure. In addition to this, another major action of MAO inhibitor, that this drug causes resorpine reversal action. Now what is reserpine reversal action? You know that already reserpine. If reserpine given alone, it produces calming and whitening effect by decreasing the by depleting the level of catecholamines. But if given along with MAO inhibitor drug, it causes reserpine reversal action, opposite action than reserpine. Instead of producing calming and whitening effect, mood stimulation of patient occurs. More excitement takes place in patient, or it decreases suicidal tendency of patient, and that action that is called as the reserpine reversal action, isn't it? So these are the pharmacological actions of MAO inhibitor. Now what are the therapeutic uses? That these drugs are used in treatment of mania and mental depression. Now here another dualism which is repeatedly asked in examination, that whenever patient treated with MAO inhibitor therapy, cheese preparations, butter, chocolate, alcoholic beverages, banana, means those preparations containing tyramine present in cheese, butter, chocolate, alcoholic beverages and in banana. So these preparations should not be given along with MAO inhibitor therapy. Suppose एखादा mania and mental depression का patient है, त्याला आपण MAO inhibitor therapy देतो. That time these preparations should not be given. So generally the question may be asked that why tyramine preparations or why cheese, butter, chocolate, alcoholic beverages or banana preparations should not be given along with MAO inhibitor therapy. So the reason is that the cheese, butter, chocolate, alcoholic beverages or banana, it contain tyramine, and tyramine metabolism takes place in presence of enzyme MAO. Tyramine metabolism in presence of enzyme MAO. And when MAO inhibitor drug, if the patient on MAO inhibitor therapy inhibiting action of MAO enzyme, no metabolism of tyramine takes place. Metabolism of tyramine होता नहीं because of MAO inhibitor therapy. When metabolism of tyramine may not be take place, if accumulation of tyramine take place in body, and that accumulated tyramine leads to causes release of noradrenaline from binding site, and when noradrenaline concentration increases, it leads to produces hypertension in patient and may produces complications. And to overcome this, always tyramine preparations or cheese, butter, chocolate, alcoholic beverages or banana preparation should not be given along with MAO inhibitor therapy. So this is also important question which is repeatedly asked in dualism. So you understand that why these tyramine preparations of cheese, butter, chocolate, alcoholic beverages preparation should not be given. This is because these preparations contain tyramine. Tyramine metabolism takes place in presence of enzyme MAO. And when patient on MAO inhibitor therapy, the MAO enzyme action जर block केली, the metabolism of tyramine होणार नाही. That accumulated tyramine leads to process increased release of noradrenaline from binding site. Noradrenaline का release आपल्या body मध्ये होते. If when noradrenaline concentration increases, it leads to process severe hypertension, and that may lead to process complication. And to overcome this, always this preparation should not be given with MAO inhibitor therapy or should not be given with this isocarbonyl niacinamide or tyramine. So this is the first type under antidepressant drug, that is MAO inhibitor. Second type, that is called as tricyclic antidepressants compound. Tricyclic antidepressants, example imipramine, desipramine and amitriptyline. Imipramine, desipramine and amitriptyline, that belonging to tricyclic antidepressant. It contains 3 cyclic member ring, and therefore that compound, that is tricyclic antidepressants, example imipramine, desipramine and amitriptyline. Even in today's practice, these drugs are used in mania and mental depression patient. ज्यांचे mentally depression condition आहे, emotional condition आहे, suicidal tendency वाढते, in that patient these drugs are given to the patient. Now these drugs also used in mania and mental, but the mechanism is that these tricyclic antidepressant drug inhibiting reuptake of biogenic amines. जे biogenic amines से use है तो क्या करना, कमी करना. You know that whenever this condition occurs, this is occurs due to decrease in level of noradrenaline, 5-HT and dopamine. When tricyclic antidepressant drug given, it inhibiting reutilization or reuptake of this biogenic amine. जर वापर कमी केला तर काय होईल, कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन वाढेल. कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन ऑफ दिस बायोजेनिक अमाइन्स काय होईल, इन्क्रीज होईल बाय इन्हिबिटिंग रिअपटेक ऑफ बायोजेनिक अमाइन्स. जर त्याचा वापरच कमी केला, वापर न झाला मग काय होणार आहे, बॉडीमध्ये कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन वाढत जाणार. When comes down to normal, it is used in treatment of mania and mental depression. So remember, pharmacological actions are going to be same as like MAO inhibitor. same mechanism of action. That MAO inhibitor drug act by inhibiting action of MAO enzyme, that is inhibiting oxidative deamination of biogenic amines, while tricyclic antidepressant drug act by inhibiting reuptake of biogenic amines. It inhibiting utilization of biogenic amines like noradrenaline, 5-HT and dopamine, thereby increases concentration up to normal level and used in treatment of mania and mental depression. So this is the second type, and third type already we completed under classification, that miscellaneous drug, example caffeine and lithium carbonate. Caffeine, that is used as a CNS stimulant drug which increases mental activity, more energetic condition, less sleepy condition in patient, and thereby used as CNS stimulant. Even lithium carbonate, but nowadays it is not used because of its toxic effect. So these two are important under antidepressants, that is MAO inhibitors. Sometimes they will ask full short note on MAO inhibitors, or why this depression, dynamic depression should not be given with MAO inhibitors. So you supposed to write or mechanism of action of MAO inhibitor drug, you supposed to explain all these. Or another question, that why tricyclic antidepressant, how these drugs are used in treatment of mania and mental mechanism of action, that inhibiting reuptake, utilization of biogenic amines, and thereby increases concentration up to normal level. So these are the second type, that antidepressant, mood elevator, or psychology. And the third one under psychopharmacological agent, that is hallucinogenic agent. This hallucinogenic agent, that is also called as psychotomimetic agent. Hallucinogenic agent or psychotomimetic agent. Already we completed definition. Sometimes they will have define hallucinogenic agent or define psychotomimetic agent and give example. So hallucinogenic agent or psychotomimetic are those agents which produces same symptom as like psychosis and schizophrenia. Just आपण बघितलं की there is a abnormal behavioral activity, change of mood of the patient, there is a patient believe that only his behavior is correct. This abnormal thinking when take place in patient, that disorder, that is called as hallucinogenic agent effect or also called as psychotomimetic effect. So generally the drug example, that is LSD, that is lysergic acid diethylamide, and another example, that is mescaline. So these agents, particularly LSD, used in the dose of 25 microgram. So this drug when given, it produces same symptom as like psychic condition or schizophrenia condition, and therefore that agent, that is called as hallucinogenic agent or psychotomimetic agent. That when these agents given, LSD, that is lysergic acid diethylamide, or mescaline drug when given, it produces abnormal behavioral activity in patient, abnormal thinking condition take place, aggressiveness nature occurs, thinking power of the patient is going to be lost, then the phenomenon that is called as hallucinogenic effect or also called as psychotomimetic effect. So generally the example LSD, that is lysergic acid diethylamide, used in the dose of 25 microgram, and another example mescaline. So here they will be asked definition of hallucinogenic agent or psychotomimetic agent for 2 marks with example. So LSD and mescaline, these are the examples. So today here they finish the chapter, that is psychopharmacological agent. Now we left only 2 chapters under drugs acting on CNS, that is CNS stimulant drug, and another one is skeletal muscle relaxant drug. Only these 2 chapters are going to be left, and when we complete these 2 chapters, first sessional theory syllabus will be over. पुढचे 2 लेक्चर जेव्हा होतील त्याच्यामध्ये हे दोन्ही चॅप्टर जेव्हा संपतील तर फर्स्ट सेशनचा थेअरीचा सिलेबस आपला आता कंप्लीट होईल. रिगार्डिंग हाऊ टू टेक सेशनल एक्झामिनेशन, त्याच्या गाईडलाईन जसे येतील पुढच्या आठवड्यात त्या पद्धतीने तुम्हाला सांगितलं जातील. बट यू स्टार्ट विथ युअर प्रिपरेशन. आणि मी मागेच्या लेक्चरमध्ये पण सांगितलं होतं की सगळ्यांनी जे जे व्हिडिओ आपण टाकत आहे त्या सगळ्या व्हिडिओला तुम्ही सबस्क्राईब करा. कोणी अजून सबस्क्राईब केलेलं नाही. जर तसं आढळून आलं की तुम्ही सबस्क्राईब करत नाही तर ते बघा आणि त्याच्यामध्ये सबस्क्राईब सुद्धा करा. सायमल्टेनियसली अजून बरेच विद्यार्थी असे की जे व्हिडिओ बघत सुद्धा नाही. मागचा परवाचा व्हिडिओ टाकलेला आत्ताच फक्त 50-52 मुलांनी बघितला आहे. असं व्हायला नको. 77 स्टुडंट तुमच्या वर्गात आहेत, सगळ्यांनी तो व्हिडिओ बघितला पाहिजे, नोट्स कंप्लीट पाहिजे. आणि हे जर नाही झालं तर नुकसान तुमचंच होणार आहे. तर सगळ्यांनी लक्षात ठेवायचं आहे की व्हिडिओ सबस्क्राईब पण करायचे आहे, नोट्स कंप्लीट करायचे आहे, प्रत्येक व्हिडिओ पूर्ण डिटेलमध्ये बघायचे आहे आणि काही पॉईंट्स तुम्हाला समजले नसतील तर तुम्ही एका नोटबुकमध्ये लिहून कंप्लीट करा. ओके, इज दॅट क्लिअर? सो थँक्यू.